Welcome back, everybody, to the Cleveland Guardians franchise here on MLB The Show 22. Today we are going to wrap up the month of June, get into July here in season number 3 as we reach the halfway mark in the season with a record of 46-34. We're 12 games over 500, but it feels like we've been a little bit of a letdown this season, particularly in the past couple of months. Last episode, we cleared up our shortstop situation with Andres Gimenez and Brian Rocchio both really struggling. We sent down Rocchio to AAA, who's been doing really well. He does not have a walk in 57 at-bats, but other than that, he's been hitting well down there. We thought about some trade possibilities with some guys like J.P. Crawford and Alec Bohm from the Phillies. We looked at Edmundo Sosa from the St. Louis Cardinals, Dansby Swanson from the Braves, along with a few other players, but ultimately I decided to stand pat and call up one of our top prospects in Ramon Ramiro. Although he can't play short, he is replacing Ketel Marte at second, who is moving over to short. Ramiro hasn't been great so far this season, but he's been better than what we've had. And since he's a better long-term piece than both Rocchio and Gimenez, I want to focus on his development a little bit more because I really feel like he is a franchise player for us going forward. We did make a different trade in the last episode with the Phillies to acquire relief pitcher Miguel Castro, who's having a really good season. So he adds another nice piece to the bullpen. And I think our team is in a pretty good spot. It's going into a huge series against the Chicago White Sox. We are playing against them at the Field of Dreams, which should be a lot of fun. The MLB just had their real Field of Dreams game between the Cubs and the Reds, so I figured I would bring that into our series, but with two actual good teams. We are currently 6 games behind the White Sox in the division, so this series is really important for us to try to make up some ground. All 3 of the top American League MVP candidates are on these 2 teams, with Luis Robert and Ricande Diaboculis in first and second for the White Sox, and Ketel Marte there for us. We also have a Cy Young candidate pitcher starting in the Field of Dreams game tonight, and it's not Shane Bieber. And I wish I could say I was joking about that, but I'm not. Michael Kopech is currently 3rd for the American League Cy Young race with an ERA above 5, yet we have Shane Bieber, whose ERA is sub 2, not on the list. Hopefully Bieber can prove today that he is the better starting pitcher, but, I mean, does he really have to prove it? Welcome to the Field of Dreams here in the grand state of Iowa. The first game of a 3-game set between the Guardians and the White Sox in a pivotal AL Central series. Cleveland currently finds themselves 6 games behind the White Sox for first place. The Guardians won the AL Central over Chicago last year right at the end, and that could be the case again if Cleveland plays well the second half of the year. Regular starters for the Guardians, no Ricande Diaboculis today for the White Sox. Michael Kopech on the mound for Chicago, 5.07 ERA, 1.26 whip. Apparently MLB The Show thinks that's Cy Young type numbers, but whatever. Ketel Marte leading us off, and he crushes this one into right field. If it's fair, it's gone, and it's just foul by around 7 feet. A close call there for Ketel Marte. Couple pitches later, full count, and Kopech rips it 99 miles an hour right by him. A big strikeout for Kopech. If there's one thing he does do, it's throw absolute gas. Couple batters later, it's Jose Ramirez who hits this one high and deep into the opposite field, into the corn for a solo home run. And Jose Ramirez will put the Cleveland Guardians ahead 1-0. Both teams were in their old-timey jerseys as Ramirez gets number 22 on the season, and the Guardians are up ahead 1-0. Beautiful swing there by Jose Ramirez, hitting that into the opposite field. This is definitely a hitters-friendly park, so you're going to see more offense tonight. This is a nationally televised game, so hopefully our offense can prove to the national audience that they are the real deal. 358 feet into the corn, and the Guardians lead 1-0. That'll bring up Jesus Sanchez with a moonshot and a bat flip. A bomb into right field, into the corn for Jesus Sanchez, and it's 2-0. Back-to-back home runs for the Guardians. That's number 16 on the year for Sanchez, who's really broken out since being acquired from the Marlins in the offseason. Unlike Jose Ramirez's home run, that was a no-doubter right off the bat, and Jesus Sanchez knew it with the awesome bat flip. Hopefully the fans here in the nationally televised audience enjoyed that, while the 70-year-old boomers who hate the fun in baseball go yell at a cloud. The Guardians now lead 2-0 off of that moonshot by Sanchez, nearly hitting the scoreboard out in right center field. That one hung in the air for a while, 392 feet. Maybe not a no-doubter in some parks, but here, Definitely. That'll bring up Franmil Reyes, who leads the American League in home runs. He goes down to the fastball. Michael Kopech really looks like a Cy Young candidate through the first inning, allowing 2 home runs, nearly 3, had Marte's been fair by 7 feet. Good start for the Guardians nonetheless, putting on a show early as we go to the bottom of the first and look at the real Cy Young candidate pitching tonight, Shane Bieber, who's 9-2 with a 1.9 ERA and a .86 whip. Shane Bieber won the Cy Young last year, and he's been even better this season. Bieber, I believe, is currently second, only trailing Noah Syndergaard for All-Star voting among American League starting pitchers. Garrett Hampson leads this one off high and deep into the corn for a solo home run, and the White Sox make it 2-1. Hampson's career high in home runs going into this season was 11. In the first half of this season, he now has 16. Hampson has really broken out offensively as the White Sox start this one off strong offensively, making it 2-1. That one barely went over the fence, but hey, it's a home run nonetheless. That'll bring up Andrew Vaughn now here for Chicago. He goes down on the circle change. Going to be weird not having Raconde Diaboculis in the lineup for Chicago, who's played in 80 of 81 of their games this season. I'm not sure why they didn't have him here today. Eloy Jimenez now hits this one high and deep in the left field, and that one just fouled by about 9.5 feet. We've had balls flying around the yard so far tonight. 3 home runs in the first inning, 2 nearly called back, and it doesn't matter. Jimenez on the very next pitch homers into right center field, into the cornfield, and we are tied at 2. 4 home runs in just the first inning. Talk about a start to the show tonight, and we are tied at 2. Maybe neither of these pitchers deserve to be in the Cy Young candidacy. Brandon Nimmo goes down on the knuckle curve. That on the bottom of the first inning. 2 homers for Cleveland, 2 for Chicago as we go into the bottom of the second. Manuel Margot up to the plate. He's been hitting the ball honestly quite well the past couple of weeks. He's gotten his average and his OPS up quite a bit, singling into center field with 2 away. That'll bring up the young catcher, Luis Campusano, who grounds it to second. White Sox make the play. Good inning for Kopech, and Chicago does not allow any runs, still tied at 2, going into the bottom half of the frame. Yasmani Grandal launches an absolute piss missile into right field. That one goes into the cornfield. The 5th home run of the game. This is literally a home run derby right now. And the White Sox take the lead. Grandal with his 4th home run of the year. And it is now 3-2. I know we were kind of trashing on Michael Kopech before the game, and he has not looked like a Cy Young. But neither is Shane Bieber. He has not played all that well today. And it's not going to get better as Gleyber Torres hits a single into left field. In just the last episode against a loaded Dodgers lineup, Bieber had a perfect game, nearly last 7 full innings, and here today he looks bad. He does strike out Jose Abreu there for the first out of the inning. I don't know why they have Abreu hitting in the 8 hole. A couple batters later, Garrett Hampson singles into left. Hampson with his 2nd hit of the game, continuing his phenomenal offensive campaign. Hampson's a free agent at the end of the year and is probably going to get a lot of money with how he's been playing. The White Sox are not going to score any more runs as Josh Bell tags the base off of an Andrew Vaughn grounder. Not a bad inning, though, for Chicago as they do take the lead, 3-2. Here we go into the third. Josh Bell up with 1 away, goes down looking on the fastball. Michael Kopech is starting to pitch a little bit better. He looked rocky in the first inning, but now he's really starting to pitch well. Eloy Jimenez in the bottom of the third. It's this one high and deep in the left center. Valera cannot make the play, and it goes in front of the wall for a double. Jimenez is in scoring position with 1 away, and now the White Sox have another opportunity to drive in some more runners. That'll bring up Yasmani Grandal with Jimenez on 3rd and 2 away. He strikes out at the knuckle curve. Good pitch by Bieber, good inning. Remains 3-2. Both pitchers starting to look a little bit better as we now move into the 4th inning. We'll see if Cleveland can get back into their hot offensive start as Jesus Sanchez singles into center, his 2nd base hit of the game. Sanchez continuing his all-star-esque campaign as the Guardians start the inning with a runner on 1st. That'll bring up the Franmil Reyes, who grounds this one to Kopech over to short. Hampson to Abreu, and the White Sox turn the rare 1-6-3 double play. In the bottom of the 4th, 2 away, full count here for Yoan Moncada, and he goes down on the fastball. Another scoreless inning for Bieber, still 3-2 in favor of the Sox as we go into the 5th. With Michael Kopech pitching pretty well, it only makes sense to take him out of the game right now, right? Not really, but Matthew Boyd has come in to replace him. Why they're going to the bullpen this early, I don't know. And the Guardians have the lefty killer, Ramon Ramiro, leading off the inning. He's such a good hitter against lefties that Boyd did not want to throw in the strike zone, so Ramiro will gladly take his base. That'll bring up Manuel Margot, who's going to drop the bunt. Interesting call there. Margot tagged out at first, but it doesn't really matter because Cleveland advanced the runner over to second, which was the whole goal of that play. 2 away, Ramiro now on third for another lefty killer, Ketel Marte, who hits it well over to short. Hampson makes the play, gets the out at first, and Cleveland's offense has been pretty pedestrian since the first inning. It really looked like they were going to have a big performance, but that has not been the case these past few innings. Bottom of the fifth, Shane Bieber's still in as he faces off against Garrett Hampson, who gets his third hit of the game, a single into left field. Hampson continues to be a threat offensively, and he's also a threat on the base passes with 94 speed, one of the fastest players in all of baseball. Andrew Vaughn checks his swing. The umpire says he went around, which he definitely did, for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the American League MVP favorite, Luis Robert, who goes down on the slider. Another strikeout for Bieber, his 7th of the game, and we move into the 6th. Boyd remains in for the White Sox as it's Josh Bell, who nearly hits Boyd with the swing, and that one will go into center for a single. So the Guardians open up the inning with a base runner. We'll see if they can look to tie it or take the lead, as that'll bring up Jesus Sanchez. Little lefty on lefty crime. Bloops this one into left. That one will drop. The left fielder, Eloy Jimenez, slow to get over to it. Jesus Sanchez is now 3 for 3 on the day, and the Guardians have 2 runners aboard for Franmil Reyes, who hits that one into left field for a single. The runner's going to hold up at third, so the Guardians now have the bases loaded with 1 away and a real opportunity to do some damage. And that they would do as Valera hits that one over the head of Garrett Hampson. 1 run will score. This game is tied. Now the Guardians have the lead. However, there were some miscommunications on the base passes, so Reyes is out at home by a good 10 seconds. But nonetheless, it's an RBI double, triple. I don't know what they're going to count it as, but it's a 2-run something for George Valera, and the Guardians have taken the lead 4-3. Ramon Ramiro will strike out on the fastball. That'll end the inning. Still a good frame for the Guardians as they take the lead with a 2 RBI extra base hit from George Valera, and we go into the bottom of the 6th. Shane Bieber's still in the game at over 100 pitches. He is not allowed a run since the 2nd inning. Red hot, pitching very well as he strikes out Grandal. 2 away now for Gleyber Torres, the 2-2 pitch. And this one is hit into right center field. Should be caught by Jesus Sanchez. 6 innings, 3 earned from Bieber, all of which were solo home runs. Shane Bieber started off pretty rough, but the past 4 innings he's been very good. Overall, pretty solid start for him. Jose Ruiz is now in for the White Sox, 4.05 ERA on the season as he faces off against Manuel Margot, 1 for 1 with a hit and a sacrifice bunt today. He goes down on the fastball. That pitch clocking in at 98 miles an hour, blowing by Manny Margot. Luis Campusano now up for Cleveland, 0 for 2 today. He's going to bloop this one into right field, and that one will go for a hit. So Campusano is aboard with 1 away. We'll see if Cleveland can possibly extend the lead as Campusano finds himself just in front of the corn. That'll bring up Josh Bell now with 2 away, 2-2 pitch on its way from Ruiz, and he swings and misses at the high fastball. That pitch looked like it was in the catcher's glove before he swung, and he still swung. Good inning for Ruiz. We go to the bottom of the 7th, where Cleveland makes their first pitching change of the day. It's Camilo Doval, who's had a breakout season with an ERA just north of 2. Really pitching like an all-star this season. It's been great to see him really fulfill his potential that we knew that he's had. Jose Abreu leads off the inning. He goes down on the 98-mile-an-hour fastball. We know Doval throws absolute gas, showing the nationally televised audience tonight as he gets Yoan Moncada to go down on the slider. That pitch way out of the zone, but he still got fooled. Now Garrett Hampson is up. He's going to pop this one over to first. Josh Bell is under it. He will make the play. 1-2-3 inning for Camilo Doval. Score remains 4-3. We'll see if Cleveland can hold on for the win as we go into the 8th. Jose Ramirez has been pretty quiet since his first inning home run. He goes down on the fastball. Jose Ruiz still in the game for the White Sox as he gets the first out of the inning. 2 away now for the Franimal. Singled in his last at bat. and he's going to hit this one over to short. Hampton makes the play. Another good inning for Jose Ruiz. 2 scoreless frames from him, and we go into the bottom of the 8th. The White Sox have not scored since the 2nd inning. They're going to look to change that here against the recently acquired Miguel Castro, who's had a great season with the Phillies and now Cleveland. Andrew Vaughn leads the inning off. He's going to draw a walk, looking at the low and outside circle change for ball 4. He is aboard, and that'll bring up Luis Robert, as Adam Engel will come in to replace Andrew Vaughn as a pinch runner. 2-2 count for Robert. Rips that one down the line and fair. That one will go for a single. And the White Sox have 2 of their fastest base runners, 92 speed on second, 89 speed on first, aboard with nobody away. Eloy Jimenez now grounds it past Jose Ramirez. That could have been an easy double play, but it floated right by Ramirez's glove for an RBI single. I know it's going to be an earned run against Castro, but that was just horrible defense by Jose Ramirez, and we are tied at 4. Brandon Nimmo draws a walk, and now the bases are loaded. Miguel Castro finds himself in a pickle, and the Guardians will take him out of the game for Emmanuel Clase. It's not a save opportunity, but Cleveland needs their best pitcher to come in now and get out of this inning. The bases are loaded with nobody away as Yasmani Grandal strikes out on the cutter. Good start to the inning for Emmanuel Clase. That'll bring up with 1 away. Gleyber Torres, count is full. Got to look out for the walk, and it is a walk. That fastball just inside for ball 4. Luis Robert scores, and it's 5-4. Jose Abreu singles this one nicely into left. 1 run scores. A 2nd run will follow. 2-run single for Jose Abreu, and it's now 7-4. All of those runs will go against Miguel Castro, but Emmanuel Clase is not without fault, I suppose. Clase continues to struggle as Yoan Moncada singles into right. Runner holds up at 3rd. He doesn't want to test the arm of Jesus Sanchez, so the bases are loaded again. Chicago looking to do some more damage as Garrett Hampson goes down looking on the cutter. Now there is 2 away. That'll bring up Adam Engel, who started the inning as a pinch runner. Now he gets an at-bat, hits it over to Ramon Ramiro. Not a good inning, though. Despite leaving the bases loaded, the White Sox score 4. Horrible pitching from Miguel Castro, and Emmanuel Clase didn't really do anything good to get out of the jam. So Liam Hendriks is now going to enter here in the 9th. I will say, we've had our most impressive comebacks in this series against Liam Hendriks. So if we're going to make a 3-run comeback here, I want it to be against Liam Hendriks. George Valera opens it up with a single into center. That's a good start. So Valera opens up the inning with a base hit, and we'll see if the Guardians can do anything with this. Time to put your rally caps on, kids. Valera now on 2nd, 1 away from Manuel Margot, who strikes out. Margot's had a productive day, but he's unable to make a play there. And now it comes to the pinch-hitting catcher, Eliezer Alfonso, who hits this one pretty nicely into the right center gap. Caught by Luis Robert, and the White Sox win the 2024 Field of Dreams game by the score of 7-4. It really feels like they stole this one from us, and we did shoot ourselves in the foot with, for the most part, not great offense, minus the 1st and 6th innings. Shane Bieber had a pretty good start. The pitching was good until the 8th inning, where Miguel Castro pitched horribly, and Emmanuel Clase really didn't do a good job either. Miguel Castro, honestly, has been pretty bad since we acquired him. I know it's early, and I don't want to overreact, but so far that pickup has been a disaster. His ERA has shot up from like 2 to close to 3.5, and I know 3.5 is still a good number, but he just hasn't been good with us so far, and it's only been a couple of weeks. I'm willing to give him time, but he has been a disaster so far, and today did not help that narrative. So now we're 7 back of Chicago, and although we are still the number 1 wild card in the American League, it's a really close race. The AL wild card race is pretty weak because there are only 5 teams in the entire conference over 500, but there's like 8 teams within 3 games of each other charging for those wild card spots. And if 1 or 2 of those teams gets hot and we continue to struggle, that could prove to be bad. I know we're 11 games over 500. We have the 8th best winning percentage halfway through the season, and we're on pace for 92 wins, which at first glance looks pretty good, but we have not been playing well since April, really at all. We're going to simulate the rest of this White Sox series, go into a 4-game set against Seattle. We would split the 2 games against the White Sox. Not bad. We won the first one 9-1, lost the second one 4-5. So that brings us to a 4-game set in Seattle against the Mariners. I wanted to play this first game, get an opportunity to use Tristan McKenzie, who's been very hot and cold throughout the season, and I also wanted to get an opportunity to face off against a left-handed pitcher in Marco Gonzalez. The Mariners are one of those 8 teams who are sort of right on the bubble. They are under 500, but they are certainly in the mix for a wild card spot, and if they decide to buy at the trade deadline and get hot, who knows, they could make a run for one of those wild card spots. No George Valera for Cleveland. He is getting the day off as Marco Gonzalez gets the start for Seattle. He hasn't been bad, but he hasn't been good either. 4.97 ERA, 1.33 whip. I think all of his numbers suggest that he hasn't been as bad as his ERA suggests, but a near 5 ERA is still not good, whatever way you choose to crack at it. Jose Ramirez hitting from the right side of the plate, draws an early walk, so he is aboard. We'll see if the Guardians can do some damage, as that brings up Ketel Marte, who hits lefties better than just about anybody in the major leagues. Grounds that one up the middle. The Mariners look to turn 2, and they do. It's a 4-6-3 double play. Good work from Seattle as we go into the bottom of the first. Got to look at Tristan McKenzie, who's been very streaky this year. He had a great month of April. He was really bad in May, and then he's been pretty good in June. So hopefully he can start the month of July off strong. The shortstop, Noelvi Marte, leads the Mariners off. He will strike out on the 12-6 curve. Nice pitch up and away from Tristan McKenzie, fooling Marte. That'll bring up the young outfielder, Adam Hazley. He goes down looking on the four-seam fastball. Tristan McKenzie getting right to work with a pair of early strikeouts as we move to the second. Josh Bell also hitting from the right side of the plate today. It's a deep single into center field. Bell has certainly cooled off from his super hot start at the beginning of the season, but he has maintained an all-star level of play, and there's a real shot. He is an all-star this season. So Bell is on first with one away. That'll bring up the second baseman, Ramon Ramiro, who, as we know, hits lefties really well, but maybe not on that play. He jumped the gun on the circle change, and it ends up being a 5-4-3 inning-ending double play. Into the bottom of the second now, no score so far. Kyle Lewis leads it off for Seattle. He's having a pretty good season, and he strikes out on the 12-6 curve again. The high curveball is fooling these Seattle hitters. Tristan McKenzie is wheeling and dealing. He gets Jared Kelenic to go down on the splitter. Julio Rodriguez is now up. 2-2 pitch. Got him on the fastball. McKenzie's using all of his pitches in his arsenal to strike these batters out, and he already has 5 Ks through 2 innings. Manuel Margot leads off the third, continuing his hot streak with a single into right field. Margot doesn't normally play against lefties, but with George Valera struggling, figured I'd give him the start here. That'll bring up the catcher, Eliezer Alfonso. Hits this one high and deep and a left. It's gone. 2-run homer for Eliezer Alfonso, the second homer of his career, and it's a 2-0 lead for the Guardians. Eliezer Alfonso has really come into his own these past few weeks. He ended up winning the American League's Rookie of the Month in June, and he's really playing well right now. Him and Campusano have both been above average at the plate offensively this year for Cleveland, and they've given them really reliable and steady offense at the catcher position. Elliot Ramos singles into left field. Ramos is having a nice season of his own, mainly as a platoon guy. Jesus Sanchez, however, will ground into a double play. The Guardians have had a double play in all 3 innings so far today. Kind of wild. So a huge double play there for Seattle. They would get through the rest of the inning without much issue. As we go into the bottom of the third, Dylan Moore is up for Seattle. He goes down on the 12-6 curve. McKenzie with 6 strikeouts today. He is not a lot of base runner yet. The catcher, Austin Barnes, is now up. Grounds this one to second. What a play by Ramon Ramiro, saving the perfect game to get the out. Ramirez is not known for his glove, but zooey mama. That was an awesome play. A possible SportsCenter top 10 moment for the rookie, Ramon Ramiro, as Tristan McKenzie is perfect through 3. Into the fourth now. Ketel Marte will get that one past the diving glove of Ty France for a single. Ketel Marte started his career in Seattle for a few seasons before breaking out in Arizona, and now obviously being a star in Cleveland. Josh Bell then gets plunked on the leg. I feel like Josh Bell is like a magnet. He's gotten hit by pitch so many times throughout the past season and a half. I don't get it. Ramon Ramiro then grounds it to short. What a play by Marte. The Mariners are unable to turn 2, but Marte does rob Ramon Ramiro of a base hit, and instead of the bases loaded, there's now runners on the corners and 2 away. But the Guardians are still going to drive in a run off a single by Manuel Margot, who is 2 for 2 today, now driving in a run, and it's 3-0. Into the fourth now, Ty France gets that one by the glove of Ketel Marte. the perfect game and the no-hitter are now dead. Tristan McKenzie's still pitching fantastic. I wasn't expecting a perfect game, and unfortunately it's not going to happen. Kyle Lewis then pops this one into the shallow infield. The Guardians are choosing to get cute. That was Ramirez's ball, but they had Ketel Marte get it. I don't know why Cleveland did that, but I guess it doesn't matter. Still 3-0 through 4. Cleveland is looking really good here. We'll see if they can keep it going into the 5th. Elliot Ramos hits that one in the opposite field, likely for extra bases. He is now 2 for 2 today, as that will be a double from a young outfielder, barely safe at second. So if nobody away, Ramos is in scoring position. I imagine the Mariners are going to have some bullpen action going soon, as Jesus Sanchez is now up 0 for 2 today, and he gets hit on the kneecap. He took a check swing, but he didn't go around, so that will count as a hit by pitch. He's taken out of the game, and he'll be replaced by Emerson Hancock, one of the bright young stars in this Mariners organization. He hasn't been great so far as a rookie, but he's still a really good prospect as he hits Jose Ramirez. That's back-to-back Cleveland batters hit by pitches. Ramirez visibly upset. Ketel Marte, then, he gets hit. That's back-to-back-to-back batters hit by a pitch. Ramos scores. It's 4-0. Bases loaded. Reyes strikes out. If you guys thought what the Kansas City Royals did last year to us was bad, this is like way worse. They had 3 straight hit-by-pitch batters. Josh Bell will get an infield single. That drives in a run, and it is now 5-0 with the bases remaining loaded. Cleveland has a real opportunity to get some more in, and it looks like they will. Ramon Ramiro with a 2-run single into left, and it's now 7-0. Ramiro had 2 RBIs going into the game, and now he doubles it with just 1 swing of the bat. So Cleveland has now turned this into an all-out blowout, but they're still not done. Manny Margot hits this one into right. 1 run scores. It's an RBI double for Margot, and it is now 8-0, still with 1 away. Karma's one son of the gun. Don't throw at our batters. There's no way 3 straight hit-by-pitches could be a coincidence. The Mariners turn to their 3rd pitcher of the inning as Hancock is yanked, and he'll be replaced by the flame-throwing Andres Munoz, who walks Eliezer Alfonso. So the bases are loaded again. That'll bring up Elliot Ramos, who started the inning. He goes down on the fastball for the 2nd out of the inning. Bases still remain loaded here with 2 away for Jesus Sanchez, who started the streak of getting hit by a pitch. And that one is caught by Marte. What a catch. Noelvi Marte saving likely at least 2 runs from being scored, but still a big inning for Cleveland as they drive in 5 with 3 consecutive batters getting hit by pitch. This game appears to be a blowout. We'll see if Tristan McKenzie can continue his great performance. As Julio Rodriguez hits it into center, Margot just chooses not to catch it. I don't know why, but instead of a routine fly ball, it is a triple instead for Rodriguez. I know it's not a big deal because it's 8-0, but still, Tristan McKenzie had a shutout going on, and now that's in jeopardy. But McKenzie's going to get out of it on his own as he strikes out Abraham Toro for the 2nd out of the inning, and he'll get Dylan Moore as well. Tristan McKenzie had to record 4 outs in that inning, and he did it with no complaints. 5 dominant innings from McKenzie. Hopefully he can keep it going a little while longer as Ramirez gets plunked by Andres Munoz. Ramirez has gotten hit in back-to-back innings. That is now 5 Cleveland players hit by a pitch in the last 3 innings. That can't be a coincidence. Ketel Marte draws a walk. Franmil Reyes also draws a walk. So the bases are again loaded with nobody out, and none of the 3 runners on got base hits. Ramirez was hit by a pitch. The other 2 guys were walked. Josh Bell flies it into left. It's caught. Ramirez will look to tag up. He is going to be safe. So it's a sacrifice fly for the Guardians, and they now lead this game 9-0. Again, Karma's one son of the gun. I'm pretty sure every batter who's gotten hit by a pitch today has scored. Manuel Margot nearly hit that pitch very clearly inside. This has to be deliberate. There's no way it's an accident. Manny Margot will go down looking. Nice pitch from Andres Munoz. But still, Seattle is very clearly playing dirty, and that's just not cool. So because of that, Tristan McKenzie's going to retaliate a little bit with Austin Barnes. That pitch well inside. He doesn't want to hit him yet. He kind of wants to give him a little chin music. Then Barnes swings at a pitch well inside. Why? I don't know. And then the following pitch, he gets plunked on the back. Cleveland is not playing soft right now. They're saying if you mess with the bull, you're going to get the horns. Noelle Marte goes down on the changeup. Another strikeout for Tristan McKenzie. He's got to be in the double digits for the day at this point. And then he gets Adam Hazley to go down as well, the following batter on the fastball. That'll bring up Ty France. Got him looking on the 12-6 curve. 6 scoreless for Tristan McKenzie, who's only allowed 2 hits. Technically 1 if you don't count the blunder in the outfield by Manuel Margot. Alex Colomé is into the game for Seattle here into the top of the 7th. Jesus Sanchez up 0 for 3 on the day, and he will strike out on the cutter. Good inning for Colomé. No drama. No hit by pitches. I guess Alex Colomé is a good stand-up guy, unlike these other pitchers. Jared Kelenic is going to draw a walk to start the bottom of the 7th. Normally, Cleveland wouldn't keep their starter in with it being a 9-0 game. Oh my God, what a play by Josh Bell to tag the base while diving to get the ball. As I was trying to say, normally Cleveland wouldn't keep their starter in this long in a blowout, but they want to give Tristan McKenzie the opportunity to get the complete game shutout. If he allows a run, he'll probably be pulled, but we want to at least give him the opportunity to do something pretty special. Ketel Marte goes down looking on the cutter. Alex Colomé continuing to pitch well and not be a dirty dirtbag throwing at our players. Here's the Franimal, Franmil Reyes with a moonshot in the left field. No doubt about this one, and it's 10-0. Franmil Reyes won the home run derby last season here in Seattle. He knows how to hit home runs in this ballpark, and he adds another one. His American League leading 25th home run of the season, and the Guardians are now in the double digits as they lead this game 10-0. A beautiful swing off the bat of Franmil Reyes as we go into the bottom of the 8th. Austin Barnes singles it into right, so he is on base with 1 away. Barnes, of course, got hit in his last at-bat, and now he is on base. Couple batters later, that one will go into the gap out in left center. Margot misplays it. That one should score a run, an RBI double for Seattle, and they are finally on the board. It's 10-1. Barnes scores from first. Good hit there by Adam Hazley as that'll bring up Ty France, who bloops this one into right. Will that go for a hit? It does. It should be a routine single, but Cleveland's outfielders are playing defense like they're chickens with their heads cut off, and instead that'll be a triple for Ty France with his 19 speed, and it's now 10-2. From there, Tristan McKenzie would be taken out of the game. He'll be replaced by Ryan Weathers. Great performance by McKenzie nonetheless, but he doesn't have the shutout. There's not really a point to keep him in much longer. So the Guardians are just going to go to their long reliever as Kyle Lewis is striked out to end the inning. Score remains 10-2. We go into the bottom of the 9th. The Guardians are going to look to finish this one off with ease, but not so fast. Jared Kelenic hits this one into left for a base hit. Put on your rally caps, kids. Are the Mariners pulling off a comeback? They only need 8. That's nothing, right? So now with 1 away, Abraham Toro lines it to first, caught by Bell, who tags the runner, and the ball game is over. A double play, courteous of Josh Bell, and the Cleveland Guardians win it by the final score of 10-2. Cleveland's offense was dominant. Tristan McKenzie was phenomenal on the mound, but the big storyline might have been the Mariners' repetitive, dirty pitching. The Guardians had 5 players hit by pitches, including 3 in a row, back in the 5th inning in which we scored 5 runs. That was way worse than what the Royals did last year, to be honest with us. I know we've been kind of mad at the Royals about that, but now we might need to start being a little bit more mad at the Seattle Mariners because that was just completely uncalled for from Hancock and Munoz, and I guess Gonzalez. I think he had 1 as well. A good win there for us. We're going to simulate these next 6 games, 3 more in Seattle, and then 3 at home against the Minnesota Twins, who might be the worst team in baseball. We should win at least 4 games in this stretch. We won the first one against Seattle, and then lost the next 5, including getting swept by the Twins. What is happening? This team is playing legitimately bad baseball. We're now 10 games behind the White Sox. We still have the number 1 wild card spot, but if we don't get our act together, one of these teams is going to catch up. The Angels have been playing pretty well. The Blue Jays have been playing pretty well. I'm not confident we can keep a wild card spot. And as we get into the All-Star break, we have 2 more series against the White Sox and the Yankees, who are the 2 best teams in baseball. So if we don't get our act together through these next couple of weeks, we are going to be in a sticky situation. We may need to sell at the deadline because with how we've played since the start of May, I'm not sure if I can call us World Series contenders. And if things keep trending the way we are, I'm not even confident we can get a playoff spot. So that's going to end the episode. Let me know what you think we should do with this team down below in the comments because clearly some sort of change needs to be made. Hope everybody enjoyed nonetheless. Make sure to like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.